The alarm rings at 6:45 a.m., cutting through the quiet. Sarah reaches out automatically, but her hand touches only cool sheets. The bed beside her is empty. She blinks, confused. The pillow is smooth, untouched. Her husband, David, always left it messy, always forgot to make the bed. But today, it's perfect. Still. She sits up slowly. The house feels wrong, too quiet, too clean. His watch is missing from the nightstand. His wallet too. But his phone lies right there, face down. David, she calls, her voice uncertain. No answer. The smell of coffee drifts faintly from the kitchen, but when she goes downstairs, the mug is half full, the coffee cold. The back door is locked from the inside. Her chest tightens. She checks the garage. His car is there. No footprints outside, no sign of him leaving. A chill runs down her spine. She whispers, almost to herself, he couldn't have gone anywhere. The house stands in perfect order, calm, ordinary, but something unseen hums beneath it. The silence doesn't just feel empty. It feels like someone erased him from the world overnight. Sarah dials David's number again. The ringtone plays once, twice, then silence. No answer. Her throat feels dry. She grabs her car keys and drives toward his office, the morning sun slicing through the mist. At the security gate, the guard leans out of his booth. I'm looking for David Lane, she says quickly. He works here, accounting department. The guard frowns. There's no one by that name here. What? That can't be right. He's worked here for years. He scrolls through the employee list on his screen and shakes his head. Sorry, miss. I've been here 5 years. Never heard of him. Her pulse pounds in her ears. But we moved here 2 years ago. He comes here every morning. The guard gives her a strange look. This office has been closed since 2021. We're renovating. Sarah stares at him. That's not possible. She pulls out her phone to check the time, her thumb trembling. And freezes. The lock screen date reads, June 12, 2021. Her mind spins. It's supposed to be 2023. Her hands start to shake as she whispers, "What's happening to me?" Around her, the city moves as usual, but she feels like she stepped 2 years backward into someone else's life. Sarah grips the steering wheel as she drives to the nearest police station. Her pulse is racing, her thoughts tangled, the date, the guard's words, the empty bed. None of it makes sense. Inside, the air smells of paper and coffee. She walks up to the desk, her voice unsteady. I need to file a missing person report. My husband, David Lane, disappeared this morning. The officer behind the counter glances at her name on the form, then freezes. Mrs. Lane, he says slowly. David Lane? She nods, desperate. Yes, please, I need to find him. He exhales, stands, and disappears into a back room. Moments later, a younger officer joins him, holding a folder. The young one says carefully, we handled this case 2 years ago. Sarah frowns. What case? The officer slides the folder across the counter. Inside is a photo of David, smiling, alive, and beneath it, a report stamped closed. Cause of death, car accident, June 12, 2021. Sarah's breath catches. No, that's wrong. He made breakfast this morning. I talked to him. The officers exchange worried glances. Her vision blurs as she backs away from the desk. I saw him, she whispers. He's not gone. But her trembling hands still hold the file that says otherwise. When Sarah returns home, the house greets her with the same stillness, yet everything feels unfamiliar, staged, like a set built to trick her. She walks upstairs slowly, her breath shallow. David's shoes sit neatly by the closet, coated with a thin layer of dust. His toothbrush is still in the holder, but dry, untouched. She opens his drawer. The shirts are folded perfectly, all smelling faintly of detergent but not of him. Her heart pounds harder. She goes to the kitchen and opens the fridge. Inside, every carton, every bottle, expired 2 years ago. The milk's date reads June 2021. Her knees weaken. She reaches for the framed photo on the counter, their anniversary picture, but freezes. David isn't in it. She's standing alone, smiling into an empty space where he should be. The air turns colder. Somewhere behind her, the floor creaks softly, a sound too slow, too careful to be imagined. David, she whispers, her voice breaking. Then she hears it, low, steady, heartbreakingly calm. You said you'd stop looking for me. She spins around, and there he is, standing in the doorway, the same clothes, the same gentle eyes. Only now, his skin seems faintly pale, almost see-through in the afternoon light. Her lips part in disbelief. David. He smiles softly. You never let me rest, Sarah. Sarah stands frozen, her breath caught somewhere between fear and longing. He looks exactly the same, calm, gentle, untouched by time. The light from the window passes through him faintly, as if the morning itself is borrowing his shape. Where were you? She cries, stepping forward. I thought you were gone. David's smile is soft, almost sorrowful. You promised not to relive this again. Her pulse stumbles. What do you mean again? He reaches out, his hand brushing her cheek, warm, but not solid. Every year, on this day, you wake up and forget. You look for me, and the world rewinds. Sarah shakes her head violently. No. You're here. This is real. He whispers, it feels real because it's love, not life. Her tears spill over. Then what am I? You're remembering, he says quietly. And I'm what you remember. The air thickens with silence. She looks around, the photos, the bed, the cup of coffee, everything flickers for a heartbeat, like a dream fighting to stay alive. Sarah reaches for him again, desperate. Please, don't go. He smiles faintly, eyes kind. You don't need to find me anymore. And before she can answer, he fades, leaving behind only the echo of his voice and the stillness of the empty bed. Sarah sits on the edge of the bed, her fingers still curved around where his hand had been, warm a moment ago, now only air. The room feels suspended in time, like even the light is afraid to move. She whispers into the stillness, I don't want to forget you. From somewhere close, his voice answers softly, then don't. Just live enough for both of us. Tears slide down her cheeks. How can I live without you? He appears again, faint, peaceful, his smile full of the calm she never found after he left. You already are, he says. Every morning you wake up, you bring me back, not as a ghost, but as love that refuses to die. She closes her eyes and feels the weight of years lifting, the fear, the guilt, the endless search. He lies down beside her, and for one fleeting heartbeat, she feels his warmth again, steady, human, whole. He looks at her once more. It's time, Sarah. Her lips tremble. For what? For goodbye, he says gently. When she blinks, the pillow beside her is empty again, but this time, it doesn't feel lonely. The silence has changed. It no longer mourns him. It remembers him. Morning light spills gently across the room. For the first time in years, Sarah doesn't wake with panic. The bed beside her is empty, but it no longer feels hollow, it feels calm, like silence finally allowed to rest. She sits up slowly, running her hand across the sheets. The pillow beside hers carries no imprint, yet she still feels the trace of warmth that memory leaves behind. For the first time, she doesn't reach for her phone or call his name. She simply whispers, "Good morning, David," and smiles. Downstairs, the kitchen smells faintly of coffee again. She pours a single cup, the way he used to make it, too sweet, too light. Then she opens the window. The breeze moves through the curtains, soft and steady, stirring the quiet air. It feels like a hand brushing against her cheek, a small reminder that love doesn't vanish, it just changes form. She takes a sip of coffee and looks toward the garden where sunlight filters through the trees. The world is still the same, but she isn't. She's no longer waiting for him to return, she's learning to live with the part of him that never left. Sometimes love doesn't end with death, it lingers where it was happiest. And every empty bed holds a story of someone who never really left. Thank you for listening. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Academia Bees for more emotional English stories every week.